Hi guys, and welcome to Peter A's Adventures. Thanks everyone for joining. As you can see, I've got Derek Payne with me, aka TatPeddler on YouTube, for a guest slot, a guest chat. So what I'll do first is I'll see who we got in the chat. Obviously BCP is always in there, and Richard Payne at the moment. But obviously there will be more people popping in throughout the course. We've got Chrissy as well. Scooby Shaggy has joined. Okay, once we've got a few people in, let's have a look. Just get the questions. So what we do now is tell people a bit about yourself, a bit about your eBay, what you do on eBay, what you do on YouTube, and that, and how you started on both platforms. Just to introduce yourself.
Yeah. My name's Derek Payne. I'm known as TatPeddler on YouTube. I'm a full-time reseller in the UK, and I started reselling properly in 2017, around sort of, I think it was April time. But I have been reselling since the late 90s. At car boot sales and things like that. I think I started in 1996. I started going to boot sales with Richard Payne, who's in the chat. He's my brother. And then in 1998, I started a market stall where I sold computer software and things like that, and built computers and sold them on. And then in the year 2000, I went to uni in Scotland, so I had to give up the market stall, and I ended up working at Rockstar North, and so I sort of gave up the reselling at that point. I stopped selling stuff on eBay and just worked a full-time job. I got back into it around 2005 for a couple of years, but sort of finished doing that and started sort of getting back into my work again. And then at Christmas 2016, Richard visited me, and he showed me Nick Hill's video and and Ben Patrick's video and Zahira, and we watched a few. And then he went home because he lives down south in Wolverhampton. I'm in Scotland, and I carried on watching Nick's videos, and I knew of a local auction not that far away from me, so I thought I'd give that a go. So I went there and ended up buying about 5 or 6 items, and I thought I'd give it a real go, and then I started going to the auction basically most weeks, and when they were on, that is. And I went full time in August this year. So yeah, that's pretty much my history. And
that's really good, actually. Yeah, and obviously, as we can see from your back drop, you've got lots and lots of items there.
Yes, this is all my unlisted stock.
Yeah, your tat area, as it's called.
Basically, yeah. There's
pretty much.
There's this mounds of stuff that I've got to get listed, and I've got a storage
how many all
garage outside. Yeah, so this is where I do all my eBay listing. I've got set up here and stuff. So
okay, let's have a look. We've got RJ in the chat, Kelly, which is a fantastic find. Stephen Bennett, Scooby Shaggy, retro stuff. If you've got any questions for Derek, please put question and what your question is, and then we can try and work through the questions. Okay, let me have a look. So what sort of items do you sell on eBay?
I generally sell pretty much anything. I was going to say apart from clothing, but I've even started doing that recently.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I think we all do, to be honest.
Yeah, I actually got one sold as well. I sold a jumper, but that's all my own stuff, or my wife's stuff, or my son's stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm selling that just to test the water before I actually buy clothing to resell. But generally, I sell electrics. I like selling a lot of electrical items. That's my main thing I go for at auctions, because I buy most of my stuff at auction. I do go to car boot sales every so often as well, but they clash with my son's football training and stuff on
Yeah, that's a
Sundays.
shame. Yeah.
It's difficult to get to them. Sometimes I do, but it's mostly auctions, and I buy sort of boxes of random bric-a-brac, if you like.
Yeah. All right.
I usually buy it for one item that's in the box. I've looked that up on eBay and I've decided that that box is worth buying.
Mm-hmm.
I might buy that for £5, say. But in that box, there's also maybe 20 other things that all have value. So
Yeah.
generally, because of that, I end up selling all sorts of random stuff. I could sell, light fittings or wires or, ornaments.
Yeah, always make profit. Profit.
I don't like to throw away the stuff that's in the boxes.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah.
Although that does end up causing me some problems with my pile of shame. A lot of it has value. I know it's got value, but it's not that interesting to list, or it's not really my thing to list. So it ends up getting put back in the back pile, and then I
can understand that. Yeah.
And I just list the good items, that I enjoy. So
yeah, and then you find it a few months later and go, oh, I had that so time. Oh, must get listed now. Yeah.
But I do charity shop quite a few things. I try to make that decision before I bring it into the house as well.
Yeah,
so I'll basically just leave it in the car and then take it straight to the charity shop. But most of the time I don't do that because I don't like giving stuff away without actually looking it up and giving it a proper look up.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah,
because you could end up giving away something good.
Yeah, really good. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh, wicked. Just have a look in the chat. We got let's see, Phoebe, Fin Fashion Plus, Tom from Forge Your Own Path, Darren, Death by Glamour, and Chris B. There was a question from Phoebe. What's she? I'm sorry if you've already answered this, but I've only just got here. How did you end up in Scotland? Your accent gives it away.
Yeah, well, I'm originally from Wolverhampton, and I came up to Scotland in the year 2000 to go to university. It was the only university at the time that did a computer games programming course.
All right. Yeah.
So that's basically why I ended up in Scotland. And I met my wife at university and then got the job, so we ended up staying here. And
yeah, it seems sensible though. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, now we're here. We've got a couple of kids, so we're here for good, as it were. So.
Yeah, that's good. And Kelly from Flipping Fantastic Finds says, "What room are you in?"
Yeah, this is my office. So this is this is my office. So I've got all my unlisted stock in here. I've got my computer in here, and my photography area that I take photos with. So all my eBay stuff goes on in this room. Just outside, I've got my storage, which is really ideal because I can just walk out.
A big storage area.
So yeah, this is my office, and it's at the sort of back of my house. So I try to keep all the tap separate. It's very difficult, but it's hard to keep everything separate from the main house.
And then it's also trying to not make sure you don't fall over all the items you've got. So try and keep a spare path through your office.
Yeah, well, I'm going to keep the camera at this level.
It's the same. And it's area.
But the floors. Yes, I do like to clear it occasionally. I try to do it every couple of months.
Right. Yeah.
A little bit better, but it's hard to do when things are just coming in.
Do you ever find like all the piles you've got, and sometimes they're just plonked like on somewhere? Do you ever find like when you clean stuff, you go, "Oh, I found so and so," which I didn't realise you had?
Yeah, I mean, I often go into I've got a room where my because I'm renovating my house, so we moved the bathroom to a different area in the house. So currently, the old bathroom, what was the old bathroom, I've got filled with stock. that's quite convenient. Just outside my office.
Yeah.
And yeah, I often go in there and I find stuff that I bought months ago, and it's like getting a new item because
then looking it up on eBay, I can go, oh, that's worth so. Oh, got to get listed.
I mean, I was in my storage about 2 months ago now, and I found a brand new Sony Walkman. It was one of the really good ones as well. It sold for about 220 quid, I think.
Oh, fair enough. That's all right. Yeah.
You know, and I didn't even know I had it. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's like most of us resellers, you don't know what you've got because you've always got a lot of stock. You bring a lot of stock in and just put it somewhere because you've always got something you need to list.
Yeah.
Let's have a look in the chat. We've got Paul, will you take less? Chris B has said, it's looking sunny in Scotland. What's going on?
Yeah, this has actually been the best day for a couple of months, I think.
Yeah, it's been quite warm down here in Epsom.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's supposed to get bad again though today. So,
and here's a question from Richard Payne. When are you going to empty your car of shame?
Soon. I do plan on doing that live actually.
Oh, wicked. That'd be good if,
I have no idea what's in there as well. There's also, I mean, obviously I can see a few things, but a lot of stuff I haven't got a clue what they are.
Yeah, fair enough. It'll be like David Attenborough going through the undergrowth.
Yeah.
Finding things.
Yeah, so just to explain what that is, I've got an old car on the driveway, which I bought briefly just to use whilst my car got some repair done on it. And once the MOT ran out, I should have really got it scrapped at that point. But it was an additional space where I could put some tats. I came back from the auction, so I ended up filling it up, and it's just been like that ever since now on my drive. So I need to get it emptied and then send it to the scrapyard.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it'll be good. Like if you can do it live, that'll be your motivation to do it live one afternoon or whenever you can. Yeah, get it done.
I mean, today would have been quite a good day to do it. I'm waiting for like a really nice sunny day because I'm going to actually have to pile everything out on the lawn.
Oh, right.
As I empty it, so it's got to be a good day.
Yeah.
I keep on putting it off, so it's going to get to a point where it's going to be horrible weather. So
yeah, sooner. Yeah.
I will have to do it sooner.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look in the chat. Any more questions? Oh, question from Phoebe. How does your missus cope with all the tat?
Not great. I think it's difficult because I do try to keep it out of the living areas and stuff. But yeah, the stuff that's in, I do put some stuff in the living room sometimes to package up and things like that, and I've got to make sure that I remove it before she comes home from work and things. But yeah, she's okay with it. I try to, as long as I keep it out of the main areas. She's fair
enough. That's good.
Yeah.
What about your kids though? What do they think?
About the same. They don't.
Oh,
they don't. I mean, I think my eldest had some stuff under his bed at some point because I had nowhere else to put it, and I had to store it. So I removed that. But I think that scarred him for the reselling now, so he doesn't like it too much. But they don't really have much interest in reselling. Although I am actually selling some Lego for my eldest at the moment.
Right. Okay.
Stuff that he doesn't want anymore. So he's took some photos and organised it. So, and I'll list it on eBay. So don't really want to leave him to list it himself on my account. But yeah, he shows some interest in it, but I think they like the rewards of it. I think.
Do they ever show an interest in items you bring in, thinking, "Oh, I would like that," or?
No, sometimes there's been occasions,
right.
But usually it's the stuff that's not really their thing anyway. I mean, there's been a few instances where I've bought some computer stuff, and
Yeah.
I've given it them like a new keyboard for their computer or something like that. But most of the time, it's me giving them the stuff rather than them asking for it, as it were.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, let me have a look in the chat. And so if I'm not seeing all the questions, there's quite a lot of chat here. I will try and get through as much as I can. Let me just jump there. And Karin's here as well, Karin Fisher. And I did see Shell Staruni, Shell is in as well. Oh, okay, it's just some chat between each other. And Daniel Payne's in as well.
Is he? All right.
Yep,
That's
he's joined
myself.
in.
Hello, Daniel.
So let me have a look. So how did you balance your doing your part-time reselling with your when you had your job?
Yeah, that was very difficult.
Mm.
I was basically at the time I sort of left, I guess in reality I was juggling 2 full-time jobs. You know, I had my proper full-time job, and then I had the reselling, which I'd built up to a certain stage where I really had to choose between the two, because I just couldn't. You know, I was working almost right into the evenings.
Yeah, right, evening, yeah.
And at weekends, and I had to choose between the two. So I thought I've been doing computer programming for about 16 years, so, or more than that, even 18 years. And I thought I'd give the reselling a good proper go full time, on the basis that I can always go back to programming if I wanted to. And yeah, just give it a chance. And you know, the business was doing quite well just with me doing it part-time. So you know, so going it full-time, I knew I'd be able to make quite a good success, and it's been going okay so far.
Yeah, it seems like it's going really well. What we've seen your sales updates on your YouTube channel.
Yeah. I've had some quite interesting sales recently. Q4 is definitely here as well. I've noticed a big increase in sales and the types of items that sell as well. You know,
yeah,
things like board games and stuff like that, a lot more than I did, and things like that. So yeah, I just noticed Daniel said that we sold a Match Attacks card.
Oh yeah, I got that.
For £175. Yeah, that was good. We ended up with a pack of Match Attacks, and inside one of those there was a proper official signed card.
Oh really? Oh, nice one.
Daniel's Sturridge card.
Yeah.
And yeah, we put it on eBay, and
oh, wicked. That's all right.
Down for it. So that was it. All went to Daniel's.
And actually, it reminds me. Actually, I've got a whole load of Match Attack cards coming from the auction, because obviously because I won that lot. Tom had 200, and then Daniel Chijaru had 1,000. He's sending me, and then Pete from Allen's Well just got 2 full books plus a few extras. He's sending me. So
yeah, I've got loads of Match Attacks cards, and need to get listed and sort them out. Again, they're just way down in the.
Yeah, because I think most of the Match Attacks are like bundles, but you always get the odd card that's quite good on its own.
Yeah, I was amazed at this one. I mean, it was a proper signature. You know, it had like a little plastic seal over the top of where it signed it. So yeah, it's crazy that it went for that much money, really.
And obviously, Derek, if you see any questions that you want to read out, go ahead and read out.
Yeah, RJ's asked what part of Scotland.
Oh, right.
Yes, I'm in a place called Dunfermline, which is just outside Edinburgh. It's just over the Forth Road Bridge, where that is. Yeah.
Okay. What I will say, I've left the link down below in the description to Derek's YouTube channel. It's called TatPeddler. So do go and subscribe to his channel. He does some really good sales updates. He's hoping to do more live videos. He shows what he's got from the auctions and whatever else. So do go and subscribe to his channel. Let's have a look. Paul said, will we take less? I thinned out some stock today that cost me nothing, but I was not selling through. it in the wheelie bin. Felt great. Fair enough.
Yeah, that's something
that stock was though. Depends.
I've been thinking about doing that. Like actually throwing away.
Yeah.
Almost cutting my losses with a few things, because otherwise I just know they're going to sit here for a long time before I actually get around to listing.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah.
I know they're about, say if I know something's worth a 5, am I ever going to list it in reality? It's
yeah. You always getting new things come in, and you sort of concentrate on. If you get a big haul in, you always have to concentrate on it.
Yeah, that's right.
Another question I've got here. Now you're doing eBay full time. What perks does it give you compared to when you're doing eBay part time?
I guess I can spend more time at the weekends, because one of my main reasons for starting doing eBay was because I'm renovating my house. So
Yeah.
I wanted, but initially it was the extra cash to be able to spend on the house. But then I got to the point where I thought that if I could work full time at it, then I'd be able to spend more time working on my house. So it's basically that I can now, like after this chat, I could go off and do some renovations in the house.
Yeah, it's always a nice feeling
and
to go and do that. Yeah.
And it just allows me to get that done a lot quicker. Obviously, I spend more time with my kids and stuff now.
Yeah.
It's a bit different for me because I did actually work from home for 2 years before I went full time. So I already had that stuff where I was around a lot more anyway. At my previous job, when I was working in Edinburgh, I was getting home like at 9 o'clock at night, and that was pretty grim because I never saw my kids then and stuff. So, but I did sort of get the chance to sort of see them more when I went full time working from home rather than my eBay selling. So there is that, but as I say, I sort of had that freedom anyway. But I guess like today, I went to the Hermes shop, and instead of before when I would have gone there in my lunch hour and had to get back quite quick, I was able to. I ended up chatting to the guy in the Hermes shop. I actually took some of his shelving away that he didn't want.
Oh, right, nice.
Then I went to the shops, bought some shopping. So it's just like a much more relaxed
atmosphere, pretty much.
Yeah. So that's sort of freedom it's given me. I think
that's good though. Yeah.
So definitely enjoying it.
Yeah, I see that Hitman UK has said, I find it hard doing a full-time job as well as reselling, but I don't have the guts to leave work for the man yet.
Yeah, I was basically the same. For about 6 months, I was really wanting to leave, but I just couldn't bring myself to actually do it. But so far, I'm really pleased I've done it. I have no regrets. But I was in a position where, I think I could probably find a job quite easily in my area again. So I've got that benefit around here. I don't know what the circumstances are, but yeah, that was basically that helped me sort of make the decision on the basis that if it all goes pear-shaped, I should be able to find a job fairly easily again.
Yeah, it's always got that safety net. Yeah,
that's right.
Okay, let's have a look, see who we've got. Phoebe says, what has been your most memorable sale?
I think I've had a lot of good sales, but one does come to mind. I guess it would be it was like a radio receiver thing I bought from auction. I think I paid up for it. I think I paid about £200, but I think I made about £700 from it in total. I sort of split it up. I had the receiver and I had the the microphone and stuff. It was all really high-end stuff, and that was a memorable sale. That was one of the first things I bought really at auction as well.
Yeah, it's always good.
I did have that big electronics haul
Right.
that I've been really well on, and I think I was in one of your live chats, and I got a £2,000 ka-ching.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
And
a while ago,
somebody bought 10 of these power pack things I had. So, you know, I wish I could get more stuff like that. I'm pretty much sold out of all that stuff now. But yeah, I guess that's probably my most memorable single sale, is that £2,000 sale.
yeah, it's always nice to have a big sale.
Yeah, but I did like the one where I bought the receiver, because it was one of my first pickups as well, and I did so well on it. So yeah, it was a big risk at the time, so I invested quite a lot more than what I normally do in that one lot as well. So.
Okay, let's have a look. Just see Donna, because we're talking about match attack cards, and she has a pile of match attack cards. She'll be happy to send me. So Donna, Donna Frith, if you get hold of me on Facebook, it's just Peter Ray, and send me a Facebook message. Then we can get that sorted out, and I can send you the address. If you're definitely happy to send me those match attack cards, that'd be great. Oh, and Donna Frith says, another Scottish seller. I'm across the water from you, Derek. So it doesn't seem too far from you.
Over in Edinburgh, I guess.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Also, what's your biggest distraction now, e.g., YouTube, Facebook, etc.?
Probably YouTube.
What the amount of lives? Yeah.
You can end up watching that. Yeah, you could watch it all day, couldn't you? You know, I watch a lot of US sellers, so much every morning there's somebody's done a video from.
Yeah, you always wake up to a video, yeah.
And then you got the UK sellers.
Yeah.
But I tend to watch them as I list, so.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
It is a distraction, but I think I cope quite well with it, really.
Yeah, it's always a good way to do that, yeah.
There's not many times when I actually sort of sit there and just watch. You know, I'm usually doing something else, trying to package up, or even list, you know. So, but yeah, that's probably my biggest distraction, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I think that's pretty much most people's distraction. YouTube. Well, we know one person in the chat who has a YouTube. He's just YouTube all day long, Mr. BCP.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been in a chat that he's not. So.
Yeah, whatever chat he is, he's always there.
Yeah.
Oh, Kelly says, question: quite a lot of resellers have had a decent job in the past. What do you think draws people into reselling?
I think it's the freedom, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
To go to do a 9-to-5 job. You know, if I think about having to get to work, I mean, my previous job was quite flexible. But I know my brother. You know, he had to get to work it was like 7 o'clock in the morning, and if he was there at 5 minutes past 7, he would be docked like or something. And it's stuff like that I think people just want to get out of that and do their own thing, you know, and forge their own path. Not to nick somebody's username there, but forge your own path in life and try and make it for yourself, as it were.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that freedom is probably the greatest thing.
Yeah, my job was quite stressful as well. You know, I had other people that I had to be in charge of and stuff, and a lot of hassle from that as well. So it's quite nice to not have any of that to think about. You know, I can just think about what I'm doing, and you know, it feels like a big weight's lifted off your shoulders, as it were.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, I think it's the freedom everybody goes for. I mean, even the money's not so as important, you know, because you can definitely make more working for the man, I guess, than reselling. Although, you know, you can do it the other way as well, but
Yeah.
it's a lot easier to make more money, I think, working for the man. But yeah, you don't have the freedom that comes with it, do you? So,
No, you don't. No,
so,
definitely not.
so it's yeah, it's worth it to me to just have that freedom.
Okay, let's have a look. See if we any other questions. Oh, we've got Treasure Hustlers from California. Cheers, popping in. They say, so glad we caught you live. Okay, and Jay Burke's popped in as well. What else? Oh, do you want to explain a bit about your YouTube channel and what types of videos you make?
Yeah, so I'm the TatPeddler, so I try to keep it all to tat related things. So I do auction hauls. I've actually got a video I'll be uploading the next couple of days for that, my latest auction haul.
Right, lovely.
So I basically record myself coming back from the auction and emptying the car, and I mention about what I paid for stuff, and hopefully I'll have an idea of what I'm planning to get for it. So I do those. I do sales roundups. I try to do one every week, which used to be pretty much all my sales, but now I've tried to cut it down to like 10 or 15 items because otherwise it goes on for way too long.
Fair enough.
And hints and tips. The other day I uploaded one about tracking label.
Oh yeah, I still need to watch that one. Yeah, it's in the what I call my watch list pile of shame.
Right.
Yeah, so many to watch. Yeah,
I try to keep it to that. I've had a couple of dumpster dive ones I've put on there, but that's more for packaging, nothing.
Yeah.
I get all my packaging from a retail park that's not far from me, so I go around there once it's all closed up, and I grab boxes and stuff.
Yeah,
and occasionally I've picked up some quite good things from there. I mean, picked up a bike once that was in the dumpster.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's things like that. A few things that I've resold, but nothing great. But obviously, you got to be careful in Scotland doing it. So
yeah, it's fair enough. Yeah.
Not like Steve and Steph, where they can.
Yeah, they're always at it, always getting massive amounts of stuff.
Yeah.
The amount of people throw good things away, it's unreal.
Yeah, I've had a few things at the local tip where we've seen it lying there, and we've said to the guy, "Can we have that?"
Yeah.
Sold it on eBay.
Yeah,
there's been a couple of times I've done that. Nothing too much value, but yeah, we've done it a couple of times.
That's fair enough. I just noticed Ads Robinson has popped in. Cheers, popping in, Ads. Just have a look, see if there's any other questions. RJ says he left his job in February this year, 8 months on now. Brilliant. That's good. Oh, and Lex Oliver says, good afternoon, all. I've got 5 minutes before her next class. Oh, yeah, because obviously she's teaching, part-time teaching, I think, something like that. And Richard Payne says it took him 2 years to decide to go full-time. It's a big decision. 17 months in, not look back. Yeah. Brilliant.
I think Richard going full-time gave me the added reassurance that I could do it, because I've seen him do it for, I think it was more or less a year. I think I actually resigned from my job the day he went full-time,
a
year, I think. But it took me like 3 months to actually leave my work.
Yeah, I think you were saying about that. Yeah, about 3 months.
They asked me to stay on, which was a bit annoying, really, because I really wanted to get stuck in and get
pretty much, yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to leave on good terms, as it were. So yeah, I agreed to that. So
that's good. Yeah, it's always good. And Andrew Turner has popped in as well. I've got another question about your YouTube. You did mention it a little bit earlier, but How did you get into doing YouTube videos? Did you see other people doing it, or who was the main person who got you into doing YouTube videos?
I guess it was a multitude of people really, because I'd watched like Nick's videos and years, and I think I just thought I'd give it a go, making one for myself. I saw a few people making hauls and things, doing the haul videos. I think that was one of my first ones. I was emptying my car out. But yeah, I guess it was just a, try it and see. But yeah, I think it certainly improved. I find it more sort of natural to do now. I think everybody's first few videos are a bit sort of cringeworthy.
A bit daunting, in front of a camera,
But yeah, I just sort of do it now. I go on the opinion. If they don't like it, they just don't have to watch it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true. And how do you feel about filming? If you do a bit of filming outside, how do you feel about filming outside?
What do you mean, like as in other people seeing me?
Yeah, people seeing you, and
yeah, I've done that a few times when I've been walking my dog. I've sort of filmed myself chatting. It doesn't really worry me because I see other people sort of wandering around doing it. I think they're probably Skyping someone or something like that. But yeah, it didn't really worry me. I tried to be probably a little bit more discreet.
Right.
If I'm around, if there was a crowd of people, I'd probably stop. But there's just one or two. It's like charity shops. I'm very discreet there, if I'm
the same. Even though when I do film charity shops, I've got my big fat camera. I'm holding it to my chest and going, they can't see me.
Yeah.
That's fine, yeah. I think that's kind of the same as me, really, as filming outside. Like, it did look quite daunting at first, but you kind of get used to it. And I've actually had a few people come up to me and say, do you do YouTube, and what's your YouTube channel? Which at first it was a bit, whoa, but it's just natural now, as you've seen from many of my vlogs in the past.
I think the only time that's sort of been a bit of a problem is I was doing a haul video outside the charity shop. Made a bit of a mistake really, because we should have drove off. I was actually with Richard at the time,
right?
And I think the people in the shop were watching us on the CCTV, and I went in to give the trolley back, so I'd use the trolley to pick up the stuff, and he asked me if there was a problem, and I think he thought I was like one of these undercover shoppers.
I see, yeah.
Trading standards or something like that. He was very keen to tell me that all the things were sold as seen and all this sort of stuff.
Oh dear.
But I just told him I did a YouTube channel picking up stuff. I don't think he really understood, but we went back not that long ago. It was after the Hitchin meetup. We went back to that charity shop and they didn't recognize us. So
that's good. That's always a good thing.
We know we can go back there now.
Nice. I did see Paul, which will we take less, as a question. Have you found now you're full time that your listing total has grown and you're selling better quality items?
Yeah, I've definitely got a lot more listed now. I think it went up by about 300 items from my part-time to now. Yeah, but the amount of items I'm picking up is more or less the same. I'm trying not to go to that many auctions, believe it or not, because I just know I'll end up with too much stuff. But I've already got too much stuff. So I'm trying to clear my backlog as best I can. But it's very difficult not to go to the auction as well. Especially there's a couple of I go to that's online. So
I see what you mean. You can see
I can see it. I see the. I usually go for one or two things, but end up buying like 10 different things. Yeah, but the actual one where you go into the hall, it's not online. I haven't been for quite a while now, so but I will be going there again soon. I like to. I don't like to end up with too much low value stock. I like to get some higher value things in there, because I think that really helps bring that sort of
definitely. Now at Christmas, it always helps.
Yeah.
Okay, I did see Mel from Sparrow's End has popped in. She's popping in, and I've got another question here. It just was wondering what YouTubers you watch, if they're reselling or non-reselling.
Nowadays, it's pretty much reselling all the way now. Really, it's basically took over my life a bit. I do a lot of work on my cars and stuff, so I watch YouTube videos for how-to videos on how to fix things.
When I'm
working on those. But yeah, the resellers, I watch pretty much everybody in the Tat Chat who has a YouTube video. Try to watch them anyway.
I know it's that time issue. Yeah,
it's very difficult. Obviously, I watch all the standard ones like Nick.
And then his late night packing videos.
Yeah. The US sellers, I like Garage Flips. I like it is really good. I like Golden Finger Picker. Craigslist Hunter. I really like him as well. Yeah, and in the UK it's the usual crowd basically. But yeah, it's mainly reselling stuff I watch now.
That's good. Yeah.
I do occasionally watch the odd other video, but it's mainly just reselling now, really. Yeah,
that's fair enough. It's always good to keep it to reselling aside, because obviously you can have so many channels you're subscribed to, and you never fit in.
No, well, that's it. You know, you got to just choose what you watch. But I don't really watch TV much now.
Because obviously, as you said earlier, everyone goes live all the time, so it's hard to try and pop in each one.
Yeah, that's right. I don't watch normal TV. YouTube is my entertainment now, if you like. So, yeah,
I think that's most people who don't watch normal TV these days.
No. Though we still have Sky and stuff. My wife doesn't watch YouTube or anything, so it's mainly my wife and kids, but I've still got the Sky.
Cool.
It was just me.
I did notice, though, Darren's got a question. What would be the one piece of advice you know now that you wish your younger reselling self knew when you first started?
Piece of advice, probably not to buy so much stuff at once, and try to keep it sort of manageable, because I think I have sort of gone over the edge a bit with my unlisted stock. So I would try to limit what I bought from the auctions to things that would sell for a certain amount. I think it's Mel Sparrow's End does like a £10 minimum thing. She only picks up stuff that will sell for at least £10, and that's the sort of thing I would like to get to. At the moment, I'm not really there, because I've got so much of this low value stuff that's come with the auction lot. But yeah, I need to sort of study the auction lots and then only buy really good stuff, I think, because there's so much there. Like, there's so much at the auctions. I should really be picking maybe less stuff but better quality stuff, maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably.
Yeah, that's like me really. When I first started, I was picking up everything just to get that first few items onto eBay and stuff, and obviously over time I've learned what because everyone has a niche, what they sell, and obviously with that niche you sort of branch off to other items. So I branched off to a lot of items, because I normally started with computer games and stuff that I knew. Now I'm selling all sorts, even clothes. oh, which is oh, there we go. Which is always a good thing to do. Try and sell stuff outside your comfort zone.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. And also, and then to have a look. BCP, oh god, BCP says he hardly watches YouTube. This is the first time I've watched it. Yeah, maybe today, but
yeah, apart from the other 10,000 channels he's subscribed to.
And also, what's your plans for your YouTube channel going ahead?
Mainly to, I want to keep my my sales roundup video going, but I might try to do them live.
Right. Yeah.
So I think that might add a little bit extra onto them, rather than me just saying I bought this for this batch and this is how much I sold it for. You know, that because I sell so much random stuff that there's probably something in there that will interest, you know, a lot of different people. So
yeah,
there might be some sort of chat from the items I've got listed. So yeah, that's my plan, is to mainly try and do a little bit more lives and try and release a video at least once a week, in addition to my sales roundup.
right. Yeah, it's always a good thing. Yeah,
I did try to do them at one point, like a diary, if you like, of my day, but it's too hard to keep those going, really.
yeah, it is very hard. I think I tried that at one point, but it's just as I say, trying hard to keep it going, and also if you've got anything interesting done in your day.
Yeah, I mean, it worries me sometimes. You know, I delete a lot of my videos. I record quite a lot, really, for YouTube.
Right.
I often don't use the footage because either it's just sort of boring or it's not that interesting. You know, sometimes I chat on the way to the parcel shop, and I've got my camera on recording me as I go along.
Oh, seriously, dash, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I very rarely use it now. I used to upload it, but haven't recently.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
so, yeah, just do more lives, I guess, would be my aim.
Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, because a lot of people here would obviously pop into your lives, and obviously, I'll say again, do go and subscribe to Derek Payne YouTube channel, which is TatPeddler. It's the links in the description below, and obviously he says what he's done and what he's planning to do in the future. So please do go and subscribe.
Just Phoebe says that it's itching me to come and tidy my office. She's welcome anytime to come.
Yeah, welcome.
Come and
do
do
that. Office. Yep. Give it a spring clean.
Yeah.
We have the comfortable life from Tulsa, Oklahoma, popped in. Cheers, popping in. I'm trying to get down the chat. There's quite a lot of chat today. Oh, I've just seen that one. Yeah. Richard Payne says you put your notice in exactly 1 year to a day after I did.
Right. Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah. Oh, and Steve Green's popped in from his holiday, because obviously he's away at the moment. And I see RJ's had a ka-ching. And did you see Paul's comment? Derek's room looks like a large kaplunk.
Yeah, probably. There's probably a couple of them in there as well.
Yeah. Oh, and Daisy May popped in. She's popping in. She's got a question. Have you ever been in a situation of not finding an item which has sold and needs to be dispatched?
What do you mean when sorry, say that again, I haven't quite.
She said, have you ever been in a situation of not finding an item which has sold and needs to be dispatched?
Yeah, probably about 3 or 4 times that's happened. A couple of the times I just couldn't find it anywhere and I've had to give up.
Yeah.
And I generally blame the courier. So I mark it as dispatched, and then a few days later I say the tracking hasn't progressed. Here's your money back. And that's how I get out of a ding. But there's been a couple of times where it's took me absolutely ages, and eventually I've found it. The other day, it was actually during the Reseller charity auction. I had a power pack for a laptop, and I picked it out the storage, brought it into my office. It was sitting on the desk, and then I think I was due to go live, so I left it because I was packaging up before I went live.
Oh, okay.
And I must have picked it back up at some point and took it back into the storage and put it on top of a shelf. So it wasn't where I thought it was. I couldn't find it. I found it by chance as I was finding something else for my storage. And it still got out just in time by my dispatch time. But yeah, it's happened a few times.
Yeah.
3 or 4
I don't know how Nick copes though with the amount of stock he's got.
Yeah.
Or Tom.
Yeah, all my stuff's sort of catalogued in my storage. So I have shelving, and it's all
right, that's always good.
Letters and numbers. So, and if they're not in the right place, they're usually around that area, because I might move them to get to something else and then forget to put it back. So yeah, I have like a system in place, but it's all in my, my wife would never know. I could never sort of say to her, "Oh, go and get the thing out of the storage." She'd never find it. It's all in my mind how this stuff works. So it seems to work okay.
Yeah, that's good. It always works for you. Yeah. Cheryl's got a question. Have you done a risk assessment on that working space?
I think I'd be closed down. It's quite. I mean, the floor is quite dodgy. Actually, the other week, I realised I was spraining my ankle quite a lot. And I think I put that down to climbing over everything all the time.
Right.
Because pretty much every time I go out to my storage, I've got to sort of lift my leg up and sort of climb over all this stuff.
I see, yeah.
And doing that every day, quite a few number of times a day, I think that's why I've keep on spraining my ankle. So I do need to clear all the floor. I mean, it's never actually going to be perfect in here.
Well, just get Phoebe and she's happy to do it.
Yeah. As I say, she's welcome anytime.
Yep, she is indeed. A question from Darren, which is smart reselling. Question: ever had an item you regretted not picking up when you saw it?
Yeah, that happens a lot at the auctions. I have my max sort of figure, and I do try to. I bid quite low. The amount I want to pay is usually probably too low, but I like to have a big profit there. And then it's sold and I haven't won it, and then I regret I should have.
Yeah, that's always the hard
little bit
thing.
For it. When I actually work out how much I could have sold it for,
yeah,
I think I could have paid a lot more for it. But so that happens quite a lot. Especially, it doesn't really bother me usually because there's always something else similar. But it's the rare things that stick in my mind when that happens. There was some He-Man castles the other week at the auction, and I didn't win them. But they were quite interesting, really rare items, and I probably should have bidded a little bit higher on them. So yeah, I mean, most of the time at boot sales, I generally forget what I've seen anyway, so it doesn't really worry me too much. But yeah, auctions, because I've written them down.
Right.
I think I do remember.
Yeah.
Look at it. Think, yeah, I really should have been higher on that. But
yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah, it doesn't worry me a great deal because there's so much stock to have.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's have a look. Steve Green has said, "Peter, you're way more professional than me on my lives." Fair enough. Karin says, "Was great to meet you and Richard in Hitchin."
So that again, sorry.
Karin says, "Was great to meet you and Richard in Hitchin."
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, yeah. It was good to meet you as well.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was a really good turnout, wasn't it?
Oh, definitely. I think next year is going to be massive.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, really think it will be. It was really good to meet everyone, like-minded people, even like everyone like-minded. Because obviously you get your friends and family who don't do reselling, who if you get talking about reselling, they kind of switch off.
Yeah,
That's the thing. But
they don't understand it.
we're in a room of, I say, like-minded people who, yeah, we didn't talk that much about reselling, but it's just nice to see everyone because we probably chat to each one of them about what at least 5 times at
Yeah.
least. Oh, Kaylee's got to get going, which is fantastic. Fine, she's got to lay a carpet in her shed and sort out a photo area. Oh, RJ said, "What question? What cars have you got?"
I have quite a few. I have two Mercedes that I use for picking stuff up at auction because they're estate cars, so they hold a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
especially with the seats down there, like having a van. I've got a classic Mercedes SL that I restored actually.
Right.
That it's off the road at the moment because it's got so much other stuff going on with the house renovation. And I have a 1962 minivan, which is a future restoration project.
Oh, lovely.
And that's in my barn. Yeah, yeah. So
that's good.
and the car that's on the driveway with all the tat in it is the Nissan Almera.
Yeah, we'll probably see in a future live video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll be gone soon. Hopefully.
Yeah. Ad Robinson says, "You're in the same boat as me, Derek. I keep picking up job lots and I get a lot of sub £10 bits in there. I'm trying to pick up the higher value job lots moving forward."
Yeah, that's basically what I was saying earlier. I think that's what I've got to try and do as well. So otherwise, you just end up with all this cheaper stuff. It's good to have it on sale because it means that I think you've got to have quite a lot of low value stuff on sale, so people can just buy things. They don't have to think about it too much. Whereas,
Yeah, pretty much.
if they're spending £80 or £100, then they've got to really sort of warrant buying it.
Yeah.
Whereas if they're buying stuff for like £10, people just buy it anyway, and all those all add up over time.
Oh, of course, everything else up. Yeah.
So I don't mind listing it, but it's always at the bottom of my to-do list.
Yeah. It's always nice to have a higher list, some higher value items, and then and then get that higher value sale.
Yeah.
And
what I want to get to do is pick a load of items from my storage and just say, right, whatever these are, I'm listing these today. It might be hardly worth anything, or it could be worth loads, but I'm listing it, or at least dealing with it, getting rid of it or listing it. Otherwise, I can see it never actually decreasing.
Yeah, I think that's the same with Chris B and his storage unit, because he's got a load of games and games consoles and stuff in his storage unit, which we see sometimes in his videos. And he's always like, "I didn't realise I had this here."
No. Yeah, well, I was up in my attic to get the T-shirts down that I auctioned off on the thing, and I found a GameCube, two SNESes, and a Mega Drive, and a Game Boy Advance up there. So must have bought ages ago, from a boot sale. They were still in the bag from the boot sale, and somehow ended up in the loft. So I've sold a couple of those things now. So
that's good. That's good.
The GameCube sold and the Game Boy Advance sold. So.
Okay. Oh, let's have a look. Oh, Just Kurt has popped in. Cheers, popping in, Kurt. He's an urban explorer who follows my channel. Let's have a look.
I've just noticed Donna Thrifts has asked what auctions do I go to?
Yeah, I've got that. Okay.
Yeah, I go to the one in Dalgety Bay quite often, and I go to one. It's down by the. It's called Bowler and Binney in Dunfermline. I go there, although both of those ones now are online, so I don't tend to pick up that many good things from there because it ends up selling to the end users. So the price you pay for items just goes too high for a reseller, really. And I go to one in Fife, which is remember what it's called. It's like a mushroom farm place. It's on an old mushroom farm, and it's like a random bric-a-brac type auction. Yeah, they're my main three ones. I would like to go to a couple of others as well. I know of about three others, but at the moment I've just got too much stock to.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah,
I'd rather just live in ignorance about them for now, because otherwise I'll just end up buying more stuff. What one in Edinburgh that's supposed to be quite good is one that has new stock. You buy big pallets of new items. I'd like to look into that, because that might be quite good, because selling new items really good. You can just take a quick photo of the box and
quick photo of the box, and I think Steve Green says, Derek and Richard were really great guys, meaning when we all met at Hitchin. Yeah,
I think when I spoke to Steve, I think he was a little bit worse for wear at that point.
I believe so. Yeah,
I think we were as well, to be honest. So next time I'll try and speak to Steve a bit earlier on. Yeah. Well, we weren't going to. We did order a pizza in the end.
Yes, that's what I ordered. I thought better order, because Sue said you're going to be anything. I thought, I think I could go and order a pizza now.
Yeah.
It's just like got chatting to everyone, going to mingle with everyone. There's quite a lot of people. You just forget what time is.
Well, I was moving around, with my drink, so I was able to walk around with my drink.
Yeah, pretty much.
To different tables and stuff. But if you had some food, you'd have to sort of sit down, and I didn't really have a proper table because I was just the
videos that came out.
Yeah.
My last question I've got to ask you is about how did you get onto selling on Facebook Marketplace?
Yeah, I've been selling on Gumtree throughout my, since I've been in Scotland, really, on and off selling my own stuff. So I knew there was a local sort of market around here, and I just thought I'd try it. And it was mainly, I think I got into it just after watching Steve and Steph, and they were talking about a lot of local sales, and I thought I'd give it a go. So how I started doing it is everything I list on eBay, anything sort of worthy of putting on Facebook, I would just list on Facebook at the same time. So I just upload the photos, cut and paste the description, and it's on there. And I do sell a few things, certainly not great, but like yesterday I sold a sewing machine for £50. That, to me, if I can make £50 extra a week just from listing a few things, then it's worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Certainly couldn't just do Facebook. It's not worth it.
Yeah. Do you ship them, your items, or?
Yeah, I advertise that I will ship them.
Yeah.
And I seem to get a lot of interest from that. I've shipped about 4 things. I know it's not a great deal, but for the amount I actually sell on it, it's probably quite a bit, really. They're happy to get them shipped, so they pay via bank transfer, which I try to get them to pay via bank transfer, because then there's no fees. They pay PayPal, then you get the fees.
You get the fees,
and you also get the risk of the charge back and all of that.
Yeah, you do indeed.
It's pretty solid, isn't it? So I tried to go for bank transfer, and I've sold a few things now. But I put on my listings now item location, and then I put will post anywhere in the UK or can be collected.
Yeah, that's good.
I wanted to start doing it from over the road, because where I live there's a retail park opposite, and I wanted to start meeting them outside the shopping centre.
All right.
Instead of them coming to my house, but I find that puts people off. I think they like to come to the house. So I've sort of given up doing that now. I thought they can just come to the house. The amount of sales I actually have, it doesn't really worry me too much. If it picks up again, I might try and go for that again. But, I don't like giving my address out until we've arranged a time and a price and things like that. So they only get my address once I'm really quite sure they're going to come. See, there's a lot of time wasters on Facebook.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the worst thing about it, really. I mean, today I've probably had about maybe 10, 15 inquiries about an item.
Oh, God.
But they go, is this item available? They just, it's like an automated sentence you can click and send. And I always reply, yes. When would you like to go and pick it up? And you just don't hear anything back, and this goes on every day. And occasionally you get a bite and somebody actually replies back and says, yes, how about 3 o'clock or something? And then the sale goes ahead.
Yeah.
You've got to be really quick. Once they've picked it up, or end it on eBay really quickly.
Yeah, you have to.
You risk it. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, it's always a good other avenue to have.
Yeah.
On Facebook. I believe Bianca's popped in. Not sure how long ago. She's popping in. Steve had to go. See you later, guys. Great chat. Oh, and Donna Thrifts. She said, Bowler and Binny is the one I was looking at online, but the prices were eye-watering. I might see you at an auction sometime.
Yeah, if you see me, come up and say hello. Yeah, the prices. That was my first auction I went to. That was the one where I bought my first auction lot, Bowler and Binny, and now the prices do go just way too high. They go at the end user's prices. So you might get a SNES and it goes for like £60 or £70. There's no money in it for a reseller. And of course, you don't know if they work either. It's all sold as seen, and
that's very true. Yeah,
it's dumped in a box. They're all dirty. Why would you do that when you can buy one on eBay that's been cleaned, tested, guaranteed? Yeah. So they go too high really there. My plan eventually is just to stick to one auction. I think.
Oh, the one auction. Yeah.
There's enough stock, but at the moment, I'm trying to avoid auctions the best I can.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Very difficult because.
Oh, it is to not go sourcing. Yeah.
Yeah.
When's the auctions on anyway? Is it midweek or?
Yeah, there's one on Wednesdays that starts at 6:30.
Right.
That's the one I hope to start to go to more regularly once I've cleared out all my backlog. The others are on Sundays and Monday evenings, once a month.
Right.
But yeah, I probably will stop going to the Monday one. I haven't been there for like 3 or 4 months now. It's just not worth it. You end up spending all the time researching and looking things up, and then they just go for too much, too much prices. So then you feel it's not worth all the hassle of doing it, because you've got to go out there and view the item as well. So that takes time. That takes like 2 hours or something to go there. So yeah, I'm going to try and stick to the one that's not online, I think.
Yeah, that's good. And with it now, obviously coming to Q4, we're in Q4. With your older items, do you run sales or something like that on your eBay or?
I'm constantly using promoted listings now at 1%. Okay. I do that on everything, mainly for ease of doing it. I highlight them all, and I have them at 1% just to get I think it lists it twice in the thing. So I do that, and at weekends I sometimes run a 10% sale again on everything. I don't know whether I'm going to continue doing that, because it's okay on like smaller value items. It doesn't really make much of a difference. But if you're selling something for £100, that's giving like £10 off, and it might have sold anyway. So I'm gonna now we're in Q4. I think I'm gonna just leave those sales. I don't think they're really worth doing. I think I'm going to carry on with the promoted listings though. I quite like that model.
Yeah, same. I've been using that
Yeah,
quite a lot. Yeah.
I only do it the 1% there.
Yeah, it's fair enough. And also, when do you see most of your sales? Is it in the morning or night time or weekends?
Probably at night time. Weekends have changed really. Weekends I used to make loads at the weekends and then hardly anything during the week. But now I seem to be making come sort of 5 o'clock at night, people start buying stuff.
Yeah,
I
they
think
start
it's when
coming
they
home from work and then sitting down.
yeah, yeah. So that's when most of the sales come in. But during the day, I get like 2 or 3 smaller sales maybe. But I generally sell probably about 8 or 9 things a day, roughly, I guess.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
But it really all depends. Really, it's random. Really,
Yeah,
if
it's
you
true.
look at my
You can sell like eight or nine low items, really low items prices, and then you can sell one thing that will basically be higher than the 8 items.
Yeah,
it's all random. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, weekends are generally quite slow now for me.
Yeah, I'm finding that. Yeah, I think most of my sales come after about 5, 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah, yeah.
Just have a quick look at right at the end of the chat. Donna Frith has said, awesome. I'm excited to hear people are reselling in my area. I've been doing it for a few years and haven't really met any local resellers.
Yeah,
that's good.
Your auction, come say hello.
Yeah, definitely. If Donna, you see Derek about going to hello, he doesn't bite. Yeah. I think I've met a couple of resellers. I know Peter Cummins lives not far from me. He goes to my local car boot quite a lot, so I meet him at least twice a month. But and the last one I'll say is from Darren. Facebook can be a nightmare for time wasters. I think it's because there are a lot of other distractions on there compared to say Gumtree and the others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what I've also noticed that sometimes people, I think they just want to chat to someone, so they message you and they get into a conversation about the item.
Yeah.
And then they just say, "Oh yeah, it's not the thing I'm looking for." After like a 10-minute conversation, so I'm not sure if it's this people
I think some people are just lonely though.
Lonely people or something, and they see it as a way of chatting to someone.
And do you find on Facebook Marketplace that is it the smaller items go better, or is it bigger items that sell well?
Probably just random, really.
Okay.
Usually, higher value ones are the ones I put on there. I don't tend to.
Okay.
Unless if they are low value, they're too low for eBay, and then I don't even bother listing them on eBay. So things that is not worth posting because of the postage cost. If it doesn't go large letter, then you're talking at least sort of £3, don't you, for Hermes?
Yeah.
So the value has to be there. It's got to be worth it after all the fees and stuff. So I list stuff then only on Facebook, but generally that stuff doesn't seem to sell. So it's mainly the higher value stuff, I guess. But it is sort of random. I don't sell enough on there really to be able to have like a good pattern. It's just random.
Cool. Right, I think I've come to the end of the chat. It's just gone 14 minutes past 5. What I will say, please do once again, the links in the description below to Derek Payne's YouTube channel. Go and subscribe. It's called TatPeddler. Please go and subscribe to his channel. He does some great sales videos, what he buys. He's trying to do some more live videos soon. So please do go and subscribe. And also I'm going to say thanks, Derek, for popping onto my channel. We really appreciate you popping on and to see your journey from start to where it is now on eBay and YouTube, for example.
Yeah, brilliant. It's been a pleasure, Peter.
That's cool. And once again, guys, thanks everyone for popping in the live side chat and the questions. And I'll speak to you soon. Like, share, and subscribe. And once again, have fun.
Bye all.